Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. Now, I do want to make one quick assumption. I know that the last episode I did cover was the Nissan R92CP. However, some of the footage was corrupted and it didn't really fully release the episode. So I thought, let me go ahead and try to redo this episode again. If you've seen it and want to fast forward to the race, you can. But if this is your new time seeing this for the first time, then you're more welcome to stay over. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to add in my new Tokyo build, which is going to be the legendary Ford GT40. So we got ourselves a double build for this episode, which is great and all. Just kind of sad that the last episode got chopped off, cut off, corrupted, whatever. But in either case, hopefully these both builds will help out. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and check out the episode. So of course, your stage one is going to be how to get the car for the Nissan R92CP. As I mentioned in my last episode, this car is a really amazing car to grab. If you do have 2 million credits in your current inventory, I would suggest to go ahead and grab this car. This car is a great pick when it comes to all the main 4 big minor races. When it comes to Spa, Sardegna, Le Mans, and even Tokyo Expressway, if you have the car nerfed at the mount for Tokyo Expressway. Really great car, not to mention, but it's also the least expensive car for the Group C's. So I will highly encourage you to grab this car while you still can. You'll find this car at the very last car in the Legends Car dealership. That's where you can find it. And can't stress it enough. If you do have the money, I would suggest to grab it before it actually does leave the game again. Here is the custom livery I did make for this car, so if you guys want to go ahead and add this to your collection, it's up to you. I thought it would be a nice look to have a Coca-Cola themed livery on this car, and actually I think it turned out pretty good. So if you want to grab that livery, you can. Moving on to the build, if you want to go ahead and just pause the episode and just copy down the numbers you see on screen, which I really recommend doing so. It'll help you a lot in this race. The main thing I did to help out the PP was the downforce and of course the power restrictor, and that's going to be pretty much be it for the car. As we look at the second part of the list, I've actually went ahead and added the steering angle adapter and the medium RPM turbocharger for this car, and that's going to be it for the build. So as long as you just look at the first sheet, copy all the numbers you see there, and then you have the medium RPM turbo boost, you'll be good to go. And when everything is settled, you should have a perfectly even 100 PP points for this car. So as we get ourselves ready into the first couple corners of this race, I did notice that this car actually does feel pretty good considering we have the Racing Hard tire compound on the car. Now, even though we have the AI set to the hardest difficulty setting, and since we are in fact in hards, the car still is going to be very quick. It's going to be really good acceleration. As you can see, we easily bypass both the RX Vision and the NSX Group 3 race cars. So it's going to take you a couple laps to get to the field in this race, but once you actually do make your way up toward the front, being able to put the car at the right areas for when you make your passes on the AI, you should be in really good shape. You can see we just easily caught up to this train. Got held up a little bit because of the line we chose at that corner, but this next couple corners we got our lines right. We're going to really gain a lot of time, and as we come through this bridge, we're actually going to be moving to the top 5 as we approach that very tricky left-hander hairpin. And the car just felt really smooth throughout the whole race. It's just mainly being consistent and just being smooth is the main 2 factors in this race. As you can see, we are on fuel map 1. You might have to do a little bit of fuel saving, just trying to change gears a bit early. As you can see, first lap went to P3, which is great. 1 lap later, literally at the Michelin Bridge, we're going to get ourselves a good run on the Viper. We're going to pass it on the inside. We're actually going to put ourselves in a spot to actually hold up the Viper a little bit. We actually do have the fur line and get ourselves the lead. Fast forward now to lap 8. It's going to be our scheduled pit stop. It's going to be our one and only scheduled pit stop as well. So I'm going to do here is get ourselves a new set of hard tire compounds and get ourselves a refill. Now you could technically, if you want to, you can refill it all the way up, even though I suggest to stop right at 95 to 97% on fuel. Or you can just go by the little diamond tracker and you can just adjust your map setting and just, save your fuel by doing it that method. But the car overall felt very smooth. Your lap times will get good, and sometimes they'll actually fall off depending if you make mistakes and if you do have traffic where you want to catch traffic and pass the traffic. Make sure you do look behind as you leave pit road. As you can see, we had ourselves quite a mob right beside us, but thankfully for us, we were able to easily bypass the back markers and kept ourselves going. Let's fast forward now to what's going to be the last lap of the race, and also going to be our hot lap as well. I really recommend you guys just watch this quick lap just to see and figure out what this car can do at this track, and then I'll see you guys when we get to the end of the race. Alright, so as you guys just saw, we did ourselves a 23:19 for our total time, with a very smooth time as well for a 129.7. Overall, the car did very well. It's just being very consistent in each lap is going to be the main way to gain time. Got ourselves that clean race bonus, and that's going to be it for race 1. Moving on to the Ford GT40, you can actually find this car at the Legends Car dealership, and matter of fact, it's actually new. It's going to be the middle part of the list. If you're curious exactly figure out where the location is at, that's where it is. Now, one thing about this car is, of course, it's my all-time favorite car ever. And the other thing is that this car is very, very expensive. You can see it's actually 6.7 million credits is the cost for this car. As you guys may know, this car also has a very important history, especially in Le Mans, with its drivers and the years it dominated through the whole Le Mans series. So that's probably one good reason why it's so expensive, but trust me, it is well worth it. So I suggest to do either Tokyo races or a lot of Le Mans races, or sell some very expensive cars, and once you get that amount, you can actually obtain this car. After you grab this car, if you like to follow my method and go ahead and get your livery at first, here's the livery I'll be using for my car. And you can tell one thing is, for this particular build, I actually have the car stock body. It's not wide this go around, it's actually stocked. If you go ahead and just search up the hashtags, you can. Now let's say if you don't want the livery but you want to have the parts. Starting off with the rims, you can see everything is as is except for the offset. Make sure the offset is set to wide, but just make sure the wheels are standard. It's the first important key for this build. After that, the front bumper, you're going to keep it as is on the standard look as well. If you probably put type A, I think you do gain a couple PP points, but I suggest just keep it standard whenever you try this build. The next thing is, of course, decide as well. This is actually optional if you want type A or not. It doesn't really change anything on your PP points. It'll just change the looks of the car. And then most importantly, I actually added in type A wing. That way it will lower the PP points and also give us a chance to actually to change our downforce for our rear wing, and that's going to be it for car customization. So here's a quick look at the car. As you can see, we got ourselves sport hard tires, fully customized racing suspension. If you want to go ahead and just copy the numbers for the suspension and for the LSD, you can. As for the downforce, you can see we got ourselves 249 for the rear downforce. Everything else is going to be normal. And for the second part of the list, if you're curious, here it is right here. We actually did add a couple parts from the tuning shop. So if you want to go ahead and just pause the episode and just make sure you go back and forth and see if you do have the parts for this car. And then once you do, you should have at least 500 horsepower with 599 PP points in this race. Now, the good thing about this car, there's a lot of good things. This car is going to be very quick. It actually is a 4-speed. So once you do see the 4th gear and when you see that RPM tracker flashing, don't be scared at all. It's just the way the car it is. Really, really good car. Almost took out the GTR by accident, almost, but not quite. Thankfully, we actually kept our distance between ourselves and GTR. This car might take you maybe a 1 or 2 laps to get used to it, but this car is very smooth. Has a little bit of a slide to it, so you might have to rely a little bit on gravity in this particular race and momentum. As we get closer to the GTR, we're going to try to make a move in this overpass right here. We're going to wait. GTR brakes. We're going to be right close to that wall, and we actually do make that gap work for our benefit, moving us to 5th place. Now as we set our sights on the old gen Subaru, through this corner the car just grips so well, and you can see we just shot like a cannon and got ourselves P4. Right in front of us now is the RX-7 rear mirror and the old G Supra. As we got ourselves another good run, we got to bulk off a little bit though. We can't make a pass just yet as we approach this turn right here. But once we do get out of the corner, as we save the car from it being loose, we get a good massive run down the hill. We're going to be side by side with the Supra, but once again we have to hold ourselves back a little bit. The Supra is going to mess up its braking point. We get a little bit of a left tap to the rear mirror. We're going to be 3 wide. All 3 of us are going to collide, make contact, and we're going to come up ahead out of the other 2 drivers and get ourselves P2. So unfortunately, with us giving that little love tap to the RX-7 rear mirror and plus making additional contact with the 3 of us squeezing together in that last turn, that's going to eliminate any chance for a clearance bonus. But we're going to continue on our battle and see what we can do for this car. So first lap, P2, pretty easily. Fast forward to the middle point of lap 2, we have actually caught up with the race leader because this car has really good top speed. As we get through the exit ramp, we're going to get ourselves a nice run, and thankfully we actually did clear the Honda. As we get to the brakes, we brake a little bit too late as we're going to make some contact with the wall, but thankfully we had ourselves a nice buffer of lead to actually keep the lead, and then from that point on we just basically dropped the hammer and just kept going with the wind. But before that, let's go ahead and fast forward to our lap for us to pit. It's going to be later in the race, lap number 7. And for this particular pit stop, all I'll be doing here is going to brief the car. The tires are in really, really good shape, so there's no need to really change any tires whatsoever. Just add fuel to the car and you should be good to go. And for us, thankfully, when we made our pit stop done, we actually kept the lead from the RX-7 rear mirror because that car pits on lap 8. So even though it made a ton of time on us on lap 7, we still were shown as the leader after our pit stop. So let's fast forward now to what's going to be lap 11, and this is going to be a very blistering hot lap around Tokyo Expressway. So I would recommend you just guys watch, see what this car is capable of doing, and hopefully this will help you out also to gain some knowledge around the track as well. And I'll see you guys when we get back for the race finish. Alright, so let's be about to finish up the race. A very quick 2:05 lap time. We're going to finish this race right at below 26 minutes at 25:59. So very smooth, quick, fast build for this car. I know there's a couple more builds out there that can actually outdo this performance, but still love to showcase what the GT40 can do at this track. Got ourselves that standard bonus like I did mention earlier, and that's going to be it for the episode. So let's take a quick look at the preview. It's going to be for the next episode. It's going to be using the Lexus LFA. I thought, why not go ahead and try this car again. It's been a long time since I've done this car in this race. So if you guys enjoyed the episode, why not go ahead and leave a like. If you guys would like to see some more of my content later in the future, why not go ahead and hit subscribe as well, and go ahead and turn on that bell for notifications. If you have a particular build you'd like to see here on the channel, why not go ahead and write on the comments below. And if you want to check out the last full episode, there it is right there. If you want to take a glimpse of that, you can. And with that all being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, and I'll see you guys later, and take care.